Hello and welcome to the daily number workout. Today for fifth grade, we're working on the number 36. So have your paper ready to add or correct, and let's get started. Number 36 in word form. 36, 30, THIRTY, 6. And since it ends with a 6, we know it is even. And let's move on to our factors. So we have 1 times 36. Since it's even, 2 goes in. 2 times 18. Remember, if you don't have some of these, get them written down. 3 goes in. 3 times 12. 4 goes in. 4 times 9. 5 doesn't go in because it doesn't end with a 0 or a 5. 6 goes in. 6 times 6. And there's nothing in between 6, so we know we're done. Wow, look at all those factors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 factors for 36. That means we can do a lot with this number. If we had 36 of any kind of objects, we can do all kinds of things with it. We can divide it up in different ways. 36 people could get 1 each. If we had 36 cookies, if we had 18 people, they would get 2 each. If we had 12 people, they'd get 3 each. If we had 9 people, they'd get 4 each. And if we had 6 people, they get 6 each. So there's many ways we can play with the number 36 if we had 36 objects. Let's go on to multiples of 36. All right, so our multiples of 36, 1 times 36, of course, is 36. Let's get out our scrap paper if you didn't already. And I'm going to move my paper up so that my scrap paper can be seen very easily. All right, so let's do 36 times 2. And you can do this right on your paper. You know, I'm doing it on my scrap paper so I can fit everything on my big old chart paper, but you can do yours right on your paper. You don't have to do it separately, but if you want to, that's fine. 2 times 6 is 12. We drop the 2, carry the 1. 2 times 3 is 6 plus 1 is 72. So our 7. So 72, if we have 2 36s, let's go on to 3 36s. 3 times 36, 3 times 6, 18, drop the 8, carry the 1. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So 3 36 would be 108. 4 36s. 4 times 6 is 24. Drop the 4, carry the 2. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 2 is 4, 144. And that number means gross. So right underneath it, gross. So if I'm manufacturing items, I might box them in a gross, 144 to a box. So that's what that means, 140. So that's got to do with production of some kind of creation. All right, here we go. So it might be 144 bolts. Okay, so 5 times 6 is 30. Drop the 0, carry the 3. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 3 is 18. So we have 180. And let's move on. 36 times 6 equals 6 times 6 is 36. Drop the 6, carry the 3. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 3 is 21. Let's do 36 times 7. 7 times 6 is 42. Drop the 2, carry the 4. 7 times 3 is 21, plus 4 is 25. 252. 36 times 8. 8 times 6 is 48. Drop the 8, carry the 4. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 4 is 28. So 288. All right, 36 times 9. 9 times 6 is 54. Drop the 4, carry the 5. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 5 is 32. So we have 324. Then we have 10 times 36 is 36 with a 0. Now that we've got all those done, let's go back and regroup about this. Now, because 36 has a factor of 9, every single one of its multiples need to add up to 9. So we can go back and check. So let's check. 3 plus 6, yep, equals 9. 7 plus 2, yep, equals 9. 1 plus 0 plus 8 equals 9. 1 plus 4 plus 4 equals 9. 1 plus 8 plus 0, boom, 9. 2 plus 1 plus 6 equals 9. 2 plus 5 plus 2 equals 9. Now this gets tricky. 2 plus 8 is 10, plus 8 is 18. And when you add 1 and 8 together from the 18, it equals 9. 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 4 is 9. 3 plus 6 plus 0 is 9. So we know we got all the answers right. So isn't that fun? Nice little way of checking our answers. All right, fractions. 9 is a fun number. We love it because it always gives us other ways to view what we're doing to make sure we're on the right track. All right, let's go into this. So we have 36 out of 100 days of school that we're tracking in the daily number workout. Now we look up here and none of these seem to be numbers that would go into 100 evenly. And we're going to work on that one day here soon. 4 goes in evenly. So let's go ahead and we're going to do the 4. So we're going to divide the top number. So write a little tiny divide by 4 on the top, an equal sign, and then a divide by 4 on the bottom. So we're dividing by 4 up here. We're dividing by 4 up here to get an equivalent fraction. So 4 goes into 36, according to us, 9 times, because 4 times 9 is 36. So this would be a 9. 4 goes into 100, 25 times, because 4 quarters make $1. And that's what we're looking at here. We're going to relate that, see the pattern. And so 9/25 is the same as 3600ths. But we go back to the 3600ths to get our decimal, which is 0 and 3600ths. That would be 36%. And that would be equal to 36 ratio 100, 36 to 100, 36 to 100. Can be written both ways. Now let's write this in word form. So we have 36/100, 0 and 36/100. I'm going to write it real small, but you guys know what that is. And this would be 9. And let's just go ahead and write that one. 20. And there's those TH right there. 9. Whoops, silly me. And I needed to write the word and 25ths. Or no, 9/25. That was correct the way it was. 9/25. Boom. 3600ths, 9/25. All right, and we have our dollars. See how I did my mistake? I just scrunched it up. I'm not going to erase. All that erasing takes up time and takes you off your goal. $0 and 36 cents. $0 and 36 cents. All right. Woo, lots of work already. Look at all those numbers, all those factor pairs for our area and perimeter. It's going to take us forever today, so let's get moving on it. All right, so I'm gonna move my paper up. I'm gonna need a lot of paper today. You're gonna need a lot of space. You might use 2 sheets today on this because there's a lot going on. So our area and perimeter, and somehow I've lost my area and perimeter dudes. Where did they go? Oh, fell off my table. Must have fell off when I was doing another number. All right, area and perimeter. All right, we're just going to represent our numbers with simple rectangles. So let's start with our first one. 36 by 1. So this would be area equals 36 times 1, which equals 36 square units. The perimeter would equal 36 plus 1 plus 36 plus 1, which equals 74 units. And hopefully you did all that math before you came to me today. All right, we're going to stand this baby up, and it's going to be a 1 by 36. So our area would equal 1 times 36, which equals 36 square units. The perimeter would equal 1 plus 36 plus 1 plus 36, which equals 74 units. All right, our next category would have been 2. So we're going to make it 2 by 17 or 17 by 2. So here's our 17, or no, 18 by 2. And then our 2 by 18. So I'm just going to draw it out here, 2 by 18. I'm just drawing rectangles. So again, our area, 18 times 2 equals 36 square units. And the perimeter would be 18 plus 2 plus 18 plus 2. So we know 2 18s is 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 units. Let's go the other route. 2 by 18 equals 36 square units. And the perimeter is just linear. So that would be a 2 plus 18 plus 2 plus 18 equals 40 units. And I know this one's going to be the same as this one. It's the same numbers, just in different order. All right, that's 2 different ones. So this is 1 fraction or factor pair, and this is the other factor pair. Now let's do 3s. So area equals 3 times 12, which equals 36 square units. So what's that look like? I'm going to come over here and do it on this side. So we have a 3 by 12, 3 by 12. And then we're going to have a 12 by 3. So this perimeter would be 3 plus 12 plus 3 plus 12. Now this is where it changes up. So 12 plus 12 is 24, and 3 plus 3 is 6. So 24 plus 6 is 30 units. And then we have an area of 12 by 3, which equals 36 square units. And that perimeter would be, my paper's a little cockeyed, 12 plus 3 plus 12 plus 3 equals, and that would be the same, 30 units. So there's that factor pair family. Let's move on to the next one. So we did 3. Now we're going to do 4. 4 times 9 equals 36 square units. So if I was going to draw that one, it would be 4 wide by 9 tall, 4 by 9, or it could be a 9 by 4. So this perimeter for 4 by 9 would be 4 plus 9 plus 4 plus 9 equals. So 4 plus 4 is 8, 9 plus 9 is 18, so that would be 26 units. And let's go the other route. 9 times 4 equals 36 square units. And the perimeter of that would be 9 plus 4 plus 9 plus 4, which is the same as that one because it's the same numbers, just different order. All right. And then from there, that's our factor pair. Now let's go on to 6 by 6. So a 6 by 6 would look like this, a perfect square, 6 by 6. And we would write that area 6 times 6 equals 36 square units. And the perimeter would be 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, which is 4 sixes, is 24 units. And we don't have to draw that one again or write anymore because it would just be 6 times 6. So that was an easy factor. Wow, look at all those areas that we created. Lots of different areas. Beautiful. All right, let's go on to our volume. So these are really taking up a lot of paper. You might have to do 2 sets of paper for this one. All right, I'm moving mine up. And of course, my area fell on the floor. That's why it did the other day as well. So here we go, volume. So let's do, first off, our 36 wide, 1 deep by 1 tall. That's what it looks like. And then we stand it up 1 wide by 1 deep by 36 tall. Looks like that. Or we can make it 1 by 1, 1 by 36 deep by 1 tall. So I'm just drawing them all up. So this 1 by 1 by 36, and this is a 1 by 36 by 1. All right, up here on our volumes, I'm going to start way up here. Volume equals 36 times 1 times 1. Volume equals 1 by 36. Volume equals 1 by 36 by 1. So this is the width, this is the depth, and this is the height. And all 3 of these equal 36 cubic units. Woo! All right, let's go on to the next one. So the next one we had, and we're just going to write them out here, was 2. 2 times 18 times 1, and that would be 2 times 1 by 18. And then we can change it up and put the 18 first. 18 times 2 times 1, or 18 times 1 times 2. All right. And then so this is one factor pair family. Now we're doing this factor pair family. One more. We're going to put the 1 first. 1 by 18 by 2 and 1 by 2 by 18. And all of these equal 36 cubic units. So we can actually calculate all the different ones before we draw them. Whoops. All right. So this factor family has 6 different ways we can draw. So let's start off with this one. So we did all these. So we're going to do 2 by 18. So it's a 2 wide, 18 deep by 1 tall. So this is what this one looks like. We're just pretending that this is 2 wide, this is 18 deep, and this is 1 tall. Okay, the next thing was 2 wide by 1. 2 wide by 1 deep by 18 tall. So we just took this one and stood it up. 2 by 1 by 18. Then we did 18 wide by 2 deep by 1 tall. So 18 by 2 by 1. And then we did 18 by 1 by 2. So we just stood that one up. 18 by 1 by 2. Then we did 1 by 2 by 18. One by 2 by 18. Then we did a 1. Oh, that was this one. I forgot. 1 by 18 by 2. Little different. 1 by 18 by 2. That's that factor pair. 2 by 18. Now we're going to do 3 by 12. So here we go. Move it up. 3 times 12 times 1. 3 times 1 by 12. Then we can do a 12 by 1 by 3. We can do a 12 by 3 by 1. We're just playing. We're playing with these numbers. And then we can do a 1 by 12 by 3 and a 1 by 3 by 12. And these all equal 36. And we're going to get real handy dandy here. Cubic units. All of them. All right. And again, we could be drawing them out. So 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 16. So you could have drawn them. Let's do our 3. So I've got 36 cubes here. And I'm going to put them into 3. So let me take these apart to get, let's see, 3 by 12s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, there we go. So here we have 3 by 12. So we have 3, we could do 3 wide by 12 deep by 1 tall, or we could do 3 wide, oops, now let me, by 1 deep by 12 tall, or we could do 12 wide by 1 deep by 3 tall, or 12 wide by 3 deep by 1 tall. And then we have 1 wide. So that would look like this. 1 wide by 12 deep by 3 tall. Or we have 1 wide by 3 deep. Whoops, here we go. 1 wide by 3 deep by 12 tall. So we could just take all of them and we're just going to arrange them to wherever the perspective is, how we're looking at it. All right. And hopefully you try to draw all those. So that's another factor family. And the last factor family, or no, we still have 2 more factor families. So now we have 4. So let me get this into 4. All right, now we have, so let's look at this. So this one is 4 wide by 9 deep by 1 tall. All right, let's change that up. 4 by 1 by 9. So that would be like this, 4 wide by 1 deep by 9 tall. And we're just cubic units here. All right, so now let's change it up and we'll put the 9 first. So that would be 9 across. So this would be 9 by 1 by 4 tall. Then we have 9 by 4 deep. So that would look like this by 1 tall. Okay. Then we want to do 1 first. 1 by 4 by 9. So that would be 1 by 4 deep. So wait a minute. Let me get this. There we go. 1 wide, 4 deep, 9 tall. And last but not least, 1 by 9 by 4. And that would be 1, and we'll just flip it, by 9 deep by 4 tall. Does everybody see that? All right, so that's that factor family. Now the last factor family, which I'm not going to show with that, I'm going to draw it. The next factor family would be this, which is going to be really short and simple. So we have 6 by 1 by 6. So that volume would equal 6 times 1 times 6, which equals 36. Another way to draw that would be 6 times 6 times 1 equals 36. So that would be 6 by 6 by 1. So we're just laying that one down that we just drew up there. 6 by 6 by 1. And the other way to draw this one would be a 1 by 6 by 6. So that would be 1 wide by 6 deep by 6 tall. So that would look like this. So we're just changing the perspective. And there we have it. Lots of volume. Look at all our volumes. I'm going to pull my paper back through. Wow, we really had a lot of work to do with the number 36 because there's so much to do with it because of all the factors. All right, that took a little bit longer today. So hopefully you got all that work in. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again. Have a great day.